Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, so all gathered. अभी और कोई आने वाला है?
Just ma'am मैसेज कर दिया है सीनियर्स को.
Okay, okay. Okay, so let me introduce our guest here. Our guest today is Dr. Sunil Garwal, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good morning and thank you very much to invite me.
Yeah, sir. It's a pleasure, sir, to have you here with us in this meeting. And sir is an expert in aviation industry. He has some corporate experience as well. So sir will guide us, um, all the students on cargo operations and career in cargo operations. Okay. So
Ma'am, allow me to share the screen so I can share my presentation.
sure, sir. Sure, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So now I am sharing the screen and let's start. So welcome you to the field of again from Sage. I am an industry expert, so it is my privilege to talk to you on the our today's subject will be the basics. I will, because in a one lecture it is not possible to me to go into detail, but today I will talk to this in cargo area, basics of cargo, and what are the career opportunities for the BBA aviation management student, but in particularly to SAGE student. So ma'am already told you, I am an industry expert from, and having the experience of 28 years in the Airports Authority of India. Though I am a technical personnel, but I have the experience in the managing the cargo also. So let's go. Very first, the you must might come into mind what is the cargo. The basic general meaning of the cargo understanding is that the word cargo refers in particular to goods or produce being conveyed, means transported, generally from for the commercial gain by ship, by ship, is by sea, by rail, is by train, or by aircraft, that is called air cargo. So basically, cargo is a common term, and it is a very a big vertical business vertical cargo, and includes all three modes of transportation, that is by sea, by rail, and by air. So what is the significance of air cargo? So we'll, because since we are the aviation student, but in a transportation, entire transportation chain, air cargo is one of the vertical, though it is for heavy material, heavy equipments, mostly ships for international export import is used, and within the India, this railway is the prime mover in our Indian transportation industry, along with the by road. So these all three sectors, by road, by sea, by rail, and air cargo. So these are the four verticals. But cargo profession is common to everywhere. Most of the agencies, most of the aggregators, most of the agency involved in this business do. But some of the industry later we discuss who are the specialized in the air cargo. So let's discuss. Go ahead. If we see now, what is the jet? In short, I want to with the in discuss us with the help of these small broader groups of the agency involved in operation in air cargo industry. So first is the shipper. Shipper means who is the person want to, in case of export of the anything, or you want to send something, he will be the shipper. Then basically shipper becomes exporter when this item goes to abroad, and in between that the freight forwarder, that is called freight forwarder, is there. Those who are the specialized agencies who are involved in this air cargo business, and they may be, as I told you, it may be the truckers, it may be the warehouse, or it may be airport, and it may be through some of the airlines also perform the wholesaler, or you can say some FedEx or some agencies are there, those who are in the exact business of cargo. So these are the similarly, while importing things, same chain of sequence, same agency will be come into the picture. This is a nutshell who are the agency involved in the operation of a cargo. So this is a graphical representation, a pictorial. You can see block diagram representation. It will be easy for you to remember this. Next, what is the importance? You know that aircraft carry almost 2% of international trade by volume. But if you see the cost, it includes around 40% of 40% by value. In terms of value, the air cargo industries do the business. 40% of the entire transportation sector, air cargo industry took 40% by volume, by value. Though it's all the heavy machinery, heavy equipment exported, imported through sea only, and that is also cargo. So in the chain of the cargo, our air cargo business accounted around 40% in terms of value terms. Similarly, as you know that growth of air cargo industry directly related to GDP, means whatever we are exporting, importing, it is directly contributing to the GDP. So air cargo is directly involved in terms of GDP value addition, and export or import directly related to our GDP. So this is one of the economic perception, and it is well true through our so many research paper, and it is vital for development of economy. And similarly, it is success of globalization is only through export and import, because globalization means you are doing the business throughout the world. So today the era of the globalization, and our air cargo industry is playing very vital role in this aspect. Now come to the growth aspect. After the liberalization, after the Manmohan Singh ji policy in respect of India, global WTO play a very important role. So this liberalization, globalization is the key for the air cargo industry success. Now, the one more concept, some of the student is reading this Japanese concept, just in time, zero stock. So in industry, to manage the inventory level, minimize the inventory level, air cargo industry is playing very vital role. So because every component, every assembly, every input or raw material involved cost, it is a money. So saving of the inventory level, minimizing the inventory level, indirectly helping the industry in their profit, and air cargo industry is playing vital role because it takes minimal time in respect of, if we consider all three mode of cargo, the air cargo give us the minimum time to deliver the goods to the destination or to the recipient. So this is the one of the fact. Then if we see the global scenario, it is around growth. If we see, it is a 6% over the next 2 decades. And similarly, traffic of the air cargo is slowly growing. In western side, passenger traffic is less and cargo traffic is more. In comparison to in world over, India is having little reverse trend, and we need India need to be pick up this cargo. And it is in India, the figure, Indian scenario, the figure is that around passenger traffic is around 18.8 in 2 digit, whereas the cargo traffic is in single digit, around 10% to 11%. And in that international, again international and domestic division is there. International cargo traffic is around 9.8%, whereas domestic cargo traffic is around 84%. It is just estimates from Airports Authority of India. So this is also one figures are there. So figure is not important. Now let's start. Understand steps involved in air cargo logistics. It is as you know that this aviation sector is a part of transport industry, and especially transport. In the transport industry, that air transport is one of the pillar. And transportation, we talk about the transportation, both passenger as well as cargo. So both the play very important role. So the cargo move from source is the industry, maybe exporting or importing. Then they having the cargo having the regional warehouses, then central warehouses. Then the role of freight forwarder are there. These are the link between the importer or exporter. These are the specialized agencies, and they deal with the handling of the cargo. Then transshipment of cargo is there through air, by road, and it reaches to the destination. After this air cargo role play, transshipment is nothing but air cargo movement. And thereafter again it goes to reversely goes to the central warehouse, then regional warehouse, and then to the destination means the industry. So these are the normal transportation chain. Then player involved. Now who are the players? So basic, we are discussing basic terminology of cargo. So shipper or consignor is the one who requests service in transporting the cargo. Source mode of the source mode of the supply chain. It is considered a supply chain because industry, one is in industry raw material is coming, and after processing it is exporting. So shipper is nothing but consignor is the industry, and in between there is a freight forwarder. The forwarder typically arrange for the transportation of cargo from shipper warehouse or industry, delivers or has a contact deliver it to the departing airport, prepare the necessary paperwork, pick up the arriving airport, and deliver to the consignee. So this freight forwarder is an intermediate specialized agency. It is having a very big vertical in, as we are discussing also parallelly, what are the your career opportunities. So freight forwarder is an entire very big industry, and I will discuss in end who are the word over no well known freight forwarder, and it is a parallel industry apart from carrier. Now come to the carrier, because we are the aviation student. Then carrier is a very important airports. Carrier again, an airline may cargo carrier, exclusively cargo carrier, or commercial. What we are going through our commercial airline, they also carries the our cargo along with the passengers. So cargo carrier like FedEx, DHL, international cargo carriers are there, and these are the three big players. Now one more player is that is airport, because all the freight forwarder, the custodian of all this material is at the airport, is in house in a separate building, separate area. It's called airport cargo, and airport cargo along with this shipper, freight forwarder, carrier. Airport cargo at the airport is the custodian of all the material going to the cargo at airport, where the all agencies, governmental agencies, all the parties, where the actual transshipment, actual documentation work is there, and then only this entire chain of the operation of cargo is completed. So these are the three, but I am adding also one more, that is airport, where the actual cargo is housed while uploading on the aircraft, while reloading of the aircraft, an entire inspection, custom formalities is there completed in the cargo. So these are the players involved in the. Similarly, ground handlers are there. Those agency who are physically handle the transportation, loading, unloading, transferring, storing, retrieving, and all these activities. Also, one more agency involved, that is called ground handler, that is normally physically present at the airports, which is now one more agency, the one more vertical for the career of the students of aviation, that is ground handler, where this entire function is carried out at the airport. And consignee means those who are importing or exporting, means importing the material, they are consignor and consignee, both may be the industry where they actually importing or exporting the material. So these are the major players. Then one more term, as we are discussing basic of the cargo terminology. So EGM is one of the important term we widely used in the cargo operation, and EGM is export trade, means export general manifest. EGM full form is export general manifest. This is the document which has to be filled with custom department by shipping liner or aircraft liner, and this is the basically a document. Once your cargo cross the border of your country, the export taken place in government of said country treat the said goods as export. So when the item you are exporting, when reach go out from the India boundary, then it becomes an export item and it will be treated export item by all the legalized and all the international treaties. So this is the EGM. EGM is nothing but a export general manifest. It is a document. So since we are talking about the basic things, so this is the EGM. Meaning of EGM is very important. Now let's talk about the what are the steps exactly steps involved in import of cargo. You have to file application and avail of transmitted permits. Some of the restricted item needs also permit. So while importing the any item, you need some permit also. So application you have to file, avail the transmitted permit, then transport to transmitted warehouse the domestic carrier under custom preventive escort. So from industry to warehouse, it has to be sent, and all the custom formality, because custom will involve in import or export, so that is to be done. Then acknowledgement good by the custom officer, then execution of bond with the domestic carrier, because it having the value and all the declaration is taken by the airline when you are booking any cargo. Then preparation of EGM. EGM I already told you, by domestic carrier on receipt of goods. EGM prepared by the domestic carrier. Then copies of EGM sent to custom department at the destination airport, because we are exporting, so it will go to the where the your material is going. Then this item will be checking at the destination airport with reference to EGM, and final clearance is given. Then your third party means this freight forwarder and ground handler will come into the picture. They will take the delivery on behalf of you and deliver to the destination airport. So this is a step involved. Then similarly, receipt of cargo, transshipment at the airport, storage. Again, when you are importing, same transport. This cargo will received at the particular airport. It will be stored under the custom supervision by the concerned airline. Then cargo transfer manifesto is required. AGM is required to present it in duplicate to the custom department. Then loading of cargo in aircraft is undertaken under the custom supervision. So these are the steps involved. Then from a similar operation in moment of export cargo from inland airport to an airport abroad through an international intermediate airport in India. So these are the similar steps are there. Filing of shipment, assessment of good at domestic airport, then safety assurance by furnishing bond at domestic airport. EGM is filed and certified by the custom department. At gateway airport, transportation of cargo received to the transshipment warehouse, that is airport warehouse. Then domestic carrier present EGM copies to the officer in charge of warehouse. Then it will be stored, storage of goods in transshipment warehouse. Then again filing cargo transfer manifesto to custom by the domestic carrier. Then transportation of goods in a closed truck under the custom supervision to the warehouse of foreign airlines. Then reconciliation of record by officer in charge in basis of EGM file. Then endorsement of evidence receipt of cargo and subsequent export to the copies of EGM brought by the domestic carrier from the originating airport. So in this way, entire operation is carried out, and normally the timeline of this, normally what are the timeline for domestic and international services for the entire delivery or supply chain, maintaining supply chain timeline. In domestic, same day is received, and sometime overnight is received, sometimes second day is received, depending upon the route and number of flights are there. And deferred, if it is deferred, 3 to 5 days take, and this time is defined in case of domestic cargo. Similarly, international services, international services, consolidation service is available, direct service available, door to airport service is available, door to door service is available, and these are the managed by the specialized cargo agencies like DHL, FedEx. So this, in this way, this, and pricing is also depend upon the how the timeline on the timeline and volume and money and the cost of the equipment. So they charge, policies are there. So like this entire air freight chain is there, and so many factors are there in this which influence the cargo operation. Number one is import demand. Number two is export demand. These are the two major factors which influence the cargo movement from any country. And similarly, the cost of equipment, airports assess, network is availability, safety, security issues, labor cost, competition of player. Similarly, airport, what are the airport infrastructure available in the country, and what are the bilateral tie-up with the other with international countries. So your free flow of the international carrier or cargo carrier is there in your country as well as the importing or exporting country. What is the business environment? Then alternate mode of shipping means whether the sea is cheaper or nearer to your export import this this shipment wise. So destination wise, if you are nearby Asian country, then instead of air cargo you may opt for shipping. So this depend upon the alternate mode. And then the cost of fuel is very important in air cargo industry. So these are all the factors which influence the cargo operation on international level. So these are the basic issue. Then there are the associations like ITA, which are helping on the international ground. These are the ITA. ITA is mainly focusing and supporting all this air cargo business to the all over the world. They are the non-governmental agency, non-profitable agency. These agencies, this agency ITA is helping and promoting the air cargo industry, in particularly to the training of the staff, safety, security, various aspects they are taking care. They are assisting to the various vertical business personnel in the international level. Similarly, in the domestic level, Ministry of Civil Aviation, DGCA is there, and ACAI, this airport class is there. Separate agency has been formed. This joint venture has been now separated from Airports Authority of India, and in India, all cargo at airport is managed by a special agency of Airports Authority of India, that is joint venture Air Class, that is called Air Class, Airport Authority of a special agency, which is looking after the entire chain of the cargo in India. And this is in this way the entire functioning is there. And the top 30 airlines which is engaged in the business of air cargo are Federal Express, United Parcel Service, Korean Airlines, Lufthansa, Singapore, Cathay Pacific. These are all agencies they are taking, and they are taking care, and are almost considering around 30 agencies are there. They are taking or consuming all the international market, around 70% market world traffic. They are taking care in respect of cargo business. So these are the list of top agency. This my basic presentation is over. If now I like to have a one question answer session, any doubt or anything further clarification is required, so I will share with you.
Yeah, students, you can ask your questions.
Or if you like, I will show as I having my colleague in Hyderabad University. So very simple, around 20 minutes presentation is there. So that will again also tell you the basic fundamental of the cargo. If you like, I will run a movie. We can video. If you interested, I will also display one video. It is depend upon you, or you want a question answer session. So I am ready. Otherwise, I can share around 15-20 minute video, which is also very educational. Pardon?
Okay, so students, you have any questions? So please ask quickly.
Otherwise, I will show you again. I will share a video, so that will also very helpful to you to understand the basics of the we can say basic of the some basic understanding of the cargo. You can understand. So let me see whether it is available or not.
Okay,
Then I will come over to you.
carried on gratis transportation on national carrier.
So now I am sharing one video which is a very educational one. So please listen.
It is packed in the thermocol packing without tilting, without. These cargo airlines carry cargo over long distances. Today, because of the time constraint, many people are opting for air cargo rather than freight movement by surface. Hence, this has led to the tremendous growth in air cargo market worldwide. In larger airports, there will be a separate cargo terminal. The cargo terminal will have two areas, their booking area and delivery area. When the place of departure and the place of destination are situated within one country, it is called as cargo domestic. When the place of departure and the place of destination are situated outside the country of origin, it is called as cargo international. Sender of cargo is called consignor, while the receiver is referred to as consignee. In this episode, we are going to learn about types and nature of cargo, loading of cargo, that means arrival of cargo or offloading, cargo rates and tariff, cargo compliance, and history of air cargo. Types and nature of cargo. The following are the different types of cargo and its nature. First one is general cargo. This type of cargo does not need any special attention. Cigarettes, engineering goods, machinery, leather goods, etc. come under general cargo. General cargo has to be packed and labeled properly, indicating the details of destination, number of pieces, etc. Next is precious cargo. It includes diamonds, gold jewelry, gold bullion, and currency. Third one is livestock. Domesticated and undomesticated animals can be sent as cargo. The most common animal that travels in the air is dog. Fourth one is dangerous goods. Dangerous goods means cargo by which its nature or preparation may involve risk to an aircraft, passenger, aircraft personnel, or property. For example, acids, chemicals, paints, printing ink, satellite parts, vehicles, dry ice, anything connected with automatic energy. Dangerous goods can be transported in regular or charter flights, but they need to be packed in a manner as specified by the Dangerous Goods Manual. Fifth one is human organs. The human eye is normally sent through hand of pilot. It is carried on gratis transportation on national carrier. It is packed in the thermocol packing without tilting, without much of delay after removing from the donor. Next is human remains. It is always carried in coffin in the cargo hold of the aircrafts. The following certificates are mandatory for carrying the dead body. It should be accompanied with death certificates issued by registered medical practitioner or the hospital showing the cause for death, no objection certificate issued by local police, embalming certificate issued by hospitals which conduct embalming. Embalming is a process wherein the dead body can be kept for longer hours without getting decayed. A hermetically sealed certificate issued by coffin markers should also be obtained. Next is arms and ammunition. Seldom arms and ammunition are carried on scheduled flight. However, when arms and ammunition are to be sent as cargo, the following documents are required. They are arms possessing license of the consignor, arms mail bags are surrendered to the air mail sorting office. From there, it is brought to the airport terminal. The entire mail is passed through X-ray for security. The number of mail bags, the weight, and the number of covers will be mentioned in the mail weigh bill. The following airmail documents specified by the Universal Postal Union Conventions are used for transportation and accounting of airmail. They are AV6 envelopes, AV7 delivery bills, AV7S delivery bills, AV8 airmail bag labels, AV9 envelopes. Before the mail is accepted for transportation, the AVs are signed as a receipt for acceptance. A check is carried out to verify whether the mail bags are correctly labeled and sealed. The damaged or torn bags are not to be used. The accompanying documents confirm the mail bags to be transported. Next is incoming mail. On arrival of the flight, the mail arrived shall be checked against the respective documents and delivered without delay to the postal authorities, and the copy of the incoming mail weigh bills are kept along with the documents of the flight. Diplomatic mail. These are mainly of two types. They are category A and category B. Diplomatic category mail A is a mail from the foreign mission to another mission of their own country. It is handed over to the airline's staff by a designated messenger of high commission, and it is manifested in cargo manifest and forwarded with all the care to the aircraft after X-ray clearance. On arrival at the destination, the same is taken over by cargo staff and delivered to the designated representative of the mission. Diplomatic B category mail includes mail or documents from one headquarters to the another headquarters of the army. It contains confidential documents and all importance and urgency shall be shown. This bag is also surrendered 30 minutes before the departure by a designated army official and manifested in cargo manifest and forwarded to the aircraft. Bags will undergo a security screening by passing it through X-ray. On receipts, arrival station will deliver it to the designated army personnel against its signature. Next is wet cargo shipments. These shipments contain liquids or shipments by which their nature may produce liquids which are not dangerous shall be designated as wet cargo. The purpose is to prevent the spillage of any liquid in the aircraft.
So now for the session, 2 minutes left. So now I'm keeping these 2 minutes for any question from the student. So hope today's session maybe give some insight of the basics of the cargo, and I am thankful to the Sage University to invite me to share my this basic presentation and this interesting, or you can say educational video I can share with you. So hope your understanding in the subject of cargo enhanced largely. Thank you very much, Neha ma'am.
Yeah, sir. Thanks to you, sir, for joining with us today. And students, you must have some questions over here because this session specially arranged for you guys. So please ask your questions. Please ask your queries. Okay. We have 1 minute left.
So as far as career is concerned, as I told you, there are the various agencies involved in this business of the cargo. And not
Yes, sir.
only air cargo, you can join in any cargo industry, export, import, this CHA. These are all the verticals in the industry. you can associate you can pursue your career. There are 4-5 verticals broadly. Cargo handling agents are there, international flight carriers are there, their warehouses are there, import, export, all facet of the business is the part of cargo industry. So you have a lot of career opportunity if you opt air cargo. Otherwise, in general cargo also there are a lot of opportunity in career. So very best wishes to all of you, and you can choose, because every function of this cargo having a specialized job needs training, needs licensing. So I will advise you to opt for this vocational courses, or you can say you can join internship so you can understand this entire industry. So